Oh, my little strangelings, it's been a while since I was last in New York. In fact, these photos were taken sometime in July of 2021. But I don't think you'll mind that fact too terribly much. When you hear the word Sleepy Hollow, I'm sure it conjures images of a headless horseman on a great and terrible black steed, barreling through the tree-lined countryside, a great jack-o'-lantern perched in his upraised arm, ready to throw it at poor, terrified, and ungainly schoolteacher Ichabod Crane. Indeed, this is the Sleepy Hollow that gave rise to Washington Irving's creation, and do I have some fun history and factoids to tell you surrounding the legend of Sleepy Hollow. For instance, did you know that Washington Irving wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow while residing in Sleepy Hollow, New York? Of course you did. But what I bet you didn't know was that he attended church in the Old Dutch Chapel located at the edge of Sleepy Hollow Cemetery and the Old Dutch Burying Ground. I also bet you didn't know that he traipsed through the Old Dutch graveyard to and from the services he attended there, and that the name Katrina von Tassel was one he pulled from two of the old gravestones. You see, Katrina is buried alongside her Revolutionary War hero husband, Petrus von Tassel. They're reddish stones unique in the Old Dutch style, where they seem to be stone that was carved in an almost red brick-like clay. The surfaces appear carved and then the images and lettering baked into them, which lend these some odd 300 years on to a certain fragility of these stones and that others might not be so susceptible to. You see, the carved layers are dangerously cracked and flaking in places, rendering some of the epitaphs sadly unreadable, as the layer containing them has come loose and has been lost to time. To be sure, Washington Irving, who is also buried here at Sleepy Hollow, passed by the gravesite of Katrina Ecker von Tassel, giving rise to her name being forever immortalized in Irving's short story The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Aside from Irving and the namesake of one of his most famous characters, a veritable laundry list of famous names are buried here, including both Rockefellers and Carnegies, as well as several other notable historic figures. At over 90 acres, you could easily spend all day here as I did. There is a gift shop tent located out of the south gate to the cemetery that sells teas, maps, and even copies of Irving's famous short story. And as I've told you before, my little strangelings, I am an absolute whore for a good gift shop. And even though it's outdoors and in a tent, this one had some excellent offerings when I was there. There are also walking tours available through the cemetery's official website, which should be on your screen any moment now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.